just wait for me. And Tracy, who is with us here today, my client, she really, repeatedly asked me, please don't open, please don't open. So of course, I didn't open for the privacy of my client. And this was male, which, the inspector voice, I was not sure if it's really inspector, how, I didn't know. So I thought that he will be waiting like for 16 years. I am in the same spot, and 16 years, never ever had problems with any inspector. Usually they were waiting for me quietly and surprise me in my little waiting room until I will be done with service. So this was, first of all, the first time after 16 years, just be surprised like this. And again, I didn't refuse to go to my my room, treatment room. It's just I was asking for finishing around 30 minutes my service. So that's it.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that with us. We're going to hear from board staff at this time.
Ask if you can have more people talk.
Is it any chance Tracy, my client, could talk and confirm everything?
We're going to hold off on that for right now. We're going to go ahead with board staff. And then if we need to ask Tracy any questions, we can have her sworn in and go from there. Okay.
You were told that you were allowed to have more people talk.
Okay.
This is Janie Huggins for the record. Lauren has one slide that she can present to you. For refusing an inspection, we don't have much.
Yeah.
Beyond the picture of the door. The inspector who issued the violation is not here to give information, but I can read you the email that he sent me from the inspection. I went to this establishment. She would not allow me to do an inspection. She said that she was doing a facial. I told her that all I wanted was to see her license and take a quick look. She still wanted no part. So again, there was no information to the inspector's knowledge. I don't believe he heard her, or the information was not properly relayed where there was a time communicated, I'll be done in 30 minutes or whatever. If there was some sort of dialogue, we could have made some kind of accommodation.
Sure. Okay. So again, kind of a similar situation.
Very, can I
Can I ask you a few questions? Are you what licenses do you hold?
Esthetician.
You're an esthetician? Okay.
Yes.
And is that your only licensure that you hold?
Yes.
Okay.
This is Janie Huggins for the record, just to be clear, she also holds the establishment license. She is the owner and operator.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you. And then, will you tell me again how long you've been licensed? You said it at the beginning. Did you say it was 16 years or what did you say?
Oh, I am at the same spa renting office for 16 years, never moved, and I never had any warning, any citation. And of course, every year almost, they are coming and surprise me with inspection. So I never refuse, and they were waiting. And this time, this male guy who, I didn't trust that he was from inspection, really, want to, just for me to open the door when I perform facials. And again, I didn't refuse. I just want for him to patiently wait when I will be done. And this really said 2 times, I answer just and ask for being patient, and I will be done in 20-30 minutes.
I can definitely sympathize or understand why your client would be uncomfortable with that situation. A man on the other side of the door knocking, we're not really sure, who they're with. However, he did identify himself. I just don't think it would have been unreasonable for you to quickly drape your client who is in a facial, so there's no reason for her to be naked, and drape your client and poke your head out and be like, I'm so sorry, I'm in a service. Is this possible that, I can hand you my license, or I'll be done in 20 minutes. Does that work with your schedule? I mean, these are inspectors with extremely busy schedules. They inspect many, many salons. And, you know, they're on tight timeframes as well. Your door appears to be very, very thick. I don't know how any communication, I could not have heard of anything on the other side of that. So I would have had to open the door to communicate. It's just, that just seems like what would have happened in that situation.
Maybe
You know.
because I never had mail to inspect my place, this was just surprise. And being in shock, and like it was music, and Tracy was asking me to open the door. I was really froze at this moment. And again, 20-30 minutes, he could maybe go and check another spa down the hall from my place, and or just hang out. I have little waiting room, but again, never happens this for 16 years being there. So
Can I also just like to tell you that, you know, if an inspector appears at your door, they knock on the door, they announce themselves, the person on the other side then knows it's an inspection, right? For then the inspector to be told to wait 30 minutes, it's pretty much enough time to clean up a whole salon and get it up to compliance. It's not really realistic to do that. The purpose of an unannounced inspection is for it to happen right then and there. Of course, you have a client on the table, you know, there probably would have been a little bit more leniency, but I'm just saying we probably could have avoided this whole thing had you just popped your head out and been like, oh, I'm so sorry, I have a client right on the table. It's a facial at the end of the day. Again, they're not naked, they're draped. He probably would have felt as uncomfortable as your client, to be honest, you know, male walking into a situation in that small room. It's just unfortunate that, you know, more, again, just like I said with the last one, it's more communication should have been had to give the respect to the compliance officer, or I'm sorry, the inspector, you know, that they deserve. That's their job, to come in and inspect your space. And when they knock, they are supposed to be admitted. You know, of course, there's extenuating circumstances, but those have to be communicated, and the communication wasn't there.
Ask her where it says that. Right here, where does it say that?
I'm sorry, what?
That's.
I don't think they're sworn in, right?
Person is no.
We don't have to address that person is not sworn in.
Oh, okay, okay.
my husband has question. Is it any way he
I'm
could
also
ask?
Owner of the spa.
And he is part of the ownership at my salon.
I mean, it's at board chair's discretion. I mean, if you feel that any additional communication is necessary, or you can move forward on the motion. It's up to you.
I personally feel that since she was the one there at the inspection with just her client, her husband wasn't present, I just feel that it should just be her speaking, just because he wasn't there at the time of
That is
service.
his name on this.
Yeah, let's look.
I can double check.
Oh, he has his hands.
Yeah. The ownership is a sole proprietorship in the name, of the licensee.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So unfortunately, we are just gonna have to have you on the call for the time being, since you are the only one listed on the establishment. But if you have other questions, we can certainly answer them from you.
Just a minute.
I just, just warning, but after so many years being and always open and just never had any issues. I am esthetician for almost, 28 years. So being here in United States and working, I don't know, just not warning, just I am surprised.
Why are your witnesses not allowed to speak? Why is your witness not allowed to speak? Ask them.
Can maybe my witness
No,
can
ask them.
talk?
I would not recommend it at this time. Especially with the last license, if she wasn't afforded an opportunity to give a witness either. It's just a representation of licensees.
Okay.
Oh, you were told.
So, and then my only question to board staff is on the citation. This says no compliance reviews are violations of 644A that have been issued as a corrective warning with no monetary value. Future non-compliance will result in a citation upon future inspections. So does that mean you just want us to, what does that mean?
Janie Huggins, for the record, that is a generic template that
Oh,
we
okay.
use at this time. So if you were issued a compliance review, which would be a warning, it would be on the same template as a
Okay.
citation of monetary value.
Okay, sorry, just, it's funny.
Okay, we ready to make a motion? Okay, this is Board Member Harris. I would like to make a motion at this time to uphold the petition for S violation for Daisy Day Spa S-11525 V3145971.
May I get a second?
Board member will second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, at this time, board staff will reach out to you as far as how to get that invoice handled and any other questions that you might have.
I don't.
Hang on.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
all right. Let's move on to agenda item G, miscellaneous agenda items. The first one is going to be the review of the annual audit. For discussion only, the board is to review the audit findings and recommendations.
Mr. Madam Chair, Stephen Donald for the record. We had our annual audit. We actually changed auditors. The new auditors had one major finding. That was from the previous administration, previous audit, where the short-term leases were not accounted for appropriately in government autonomy. Once they made those adjustments, that ripple effects into future financials we go into next in the next item. So that's why we had to wait for that audit to be completed by the new auditors. When they made that finding, it had to be adjusted going all the way back to the beginning of July, August, September, October, November. And so that was the major finding of our new auditors. So we got a good bill of health. I'm proud of that.
Nice.
I do have here with me the chief accountant, Josephine.
Okay.
And she can, it's at the table if you have any questions for her. And so, and you can ask her questions. If you have any questions, she can come and talk to you about the audit, give the CPA and all that. So she knows this stuff. Like they have. Thank you. So if you have any questions of her, she's available. If not, we can move on to the next thing.
Yeah, I think it was very explanatory, is very direct and straight to the point, which was nice. It was nice to see like an audit being able to be understood by people that maybe don't deal in numbers every day. So that was really exciting to see. But I personally don't have any questions at this time. Anyone else?
No.
All right, let's move forward. Let's go to item number 2, review of the financial statement. For discussion only, board to review financial statements.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Stephen Dahl for the record. Again, the chief accountant here, Josephine. As I said before, the audit that was done has a ripple effect and goes into the new. So the adjustments had to be made to the financials going, starting the beginning of July 1 this year, last year, sorry. And going up to November. Those adjustments were made by the CPA firm. And of course, we made those adjustments as well. Bottom line is, we are in the black. Projections are that we are going to stay in the black. That we're not going to have any negatives, and that's all we have. If you have any questions.
Great.
Okay.
Again, as far as my point of view, I thought it was very straightforward. Everything made sense. It was easy
Yeah.
aligned and it was easy to follow through. So appreciate that. Any other board members? We're good?
Yeah,
All right, let's move forward then. Thank you.
thank
And
you.
Madam Chair, I also want to say thank you to Josephine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job.
Yeah.
Very lucky to have her. When she came in, she had, came in April last year. She had to go back to the beginning of fiscal year of
Oh, wow.
2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's a lot of
catch
work.
up.
Oh,
So I
wow.
appreciate all the hours and all the hard work that she has done. And
Yes.
without her, and without all my colleagues here, I wouldn't do what I do.
Yes,
Thank you very
great.
much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on to agenda IH. Comments from the general public for discussion only. The board will entertain comments from the general public for any item that is related to the Nevada State Board of Cosmetology. Members of the public can call into the meeting to make public comments by dialing 1-720-707-2699 and entering 886-9059-6960 for meeting ID. The comments are to be limited to 3 minutes or less, and no discussion or action can be taken during public comment. Do we have any public comment at this time? All right. Any comments from board members for discussion only? The board will entertain comments from board members for any item that is or is not on the published agenda and is related to the Nevada State Board of Cosmetology. No action can be taken on a matter unless it is included in an agenda. Comments should be limited to 3 minutes or less. Do we have any public comments from our board members? No?
No.
No.
Hello?
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I tried to chime in. You didn't, I don't know, this video, all this stuff is new to me. Can you see me? Can you hear me okay?
It's closed.
Yes,
Can we go
Okay.
back to make sure, because it's from ability, that way we discuss it
Can
all.
you see me?
So is the clock on?
yes, hold on 1 minute.
There I
Yes.
am. Okay. Hi.
Yes,
My
Mr.
name's
Sanders.
George.
Just 1 second, okay? We
Okay.
want to get everything set up because we had already closed it out. So we want to make sure that you have your opportunity to comment. So we're going to reopen it for you. But I
Okay,
just
thank
a
you.
minute, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yep, we're good. All right, Mr. Go ahead. You can start.
Hi, my name's George Sanders. I was there this morning earlier. I wanted to make a statement and I'm waited patiently to come here and talk to you. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person, but my wife, her father died and she's a wreck and I had to take her home.
Yeah.
So my comment to you is my wife, Melu, on the 25th of September, she submitted her documents with, I believe her name is, starts with an E, but very nice, very helpful. And I said, okay, was there anything else you would need? She goes, yeah, get this translated. It was her high school diploma. So, okay, we got it. Next day, the 26th, we submit the paperwork. So we wait till Monday, October 2nd, hear nothing. So my wife's concerned, so we go in there and it was Erica. Erica wasn't there, but there was a nice lady behind her. I said, excuse me, could you help me? She goes, sure. I said, I'd like to find out the status of my wife's application. She goes, give me 1 second. And she pulls up her computer and I can see a puzzled look on her face. And she comes to me and says, I have to get a supervisor. I'll be right back. So she goes into an office, comes back and says, I'm sorry, sir. The director is going to write you a letter and tell you the issue with your wife's education. I said, okay, that's fine. When can I expect? Well, he'll sign it today. Well, that was on Monday, October 2nd. Okay. On Thursday, October 5th, we go inside. My wife's concerned. She hasn't got anything from the board. She paid her money. She's waiting to take her test. I go in. My wife's upset. I go to Erica. I said, excuse me, Erica, could you get the director out here now? It's been 2 weeks. We haven't heard anything from him. There's supposed to be a letter. Nobody will talk to us. Oh, sure. So she goes in and gets Miss Huggins, who comes out with a piece of paper written by, I would have said, a board member, not a, and not signed, and hands it to us. And here it is. It was never mailed like it said it was going to be mailed. And it was never signed by the director. It was dated the Thursday before. That would probably be the 28th of September. Okay. And it said, unable to verify information. Now, why did it take 2 weeks to get this letter? What was the holdup? They lied to me on Monday. They said that the letter would be sent Monday. Well, it was written on Thursday. Wouldn't it have been sent out on Thursday? And wouldn't my wife have got the letter by the time? No, we had to go ask for it on the 5th. okay? You can all see the letter. It's public record. The letter was never signed by the director. I don't understand that.
Yeah,
Sir,
Mr.
I don't,
Sanders,
yes, yes.
I'm so sorry. We're only allowed to give you the 3 minutes and the 3 minutes are up at this moment. So we will
Okay,
have to stop this.
May I speak? Just finish. Give me 30 seconds more. All I want to know is,
Yeah, I think we have to end it. I'm so sorry. And also, I just want to reiterate that during public comment, we're not actually able to answer any of your questions
okay,
or anything like that. And because your wife has retained counsel, we're not allowed to kind of communicate.
but I want to put it on the record that Miss Huggins was rude, slammed her hand down on the desk.
That's enough.
That's
Okay,
not, that's
thank
not a
you. We
public
really
servant.
appreciate your time. I definitely.
Okay, we'll see you in court. I guess we'll see you in court. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Ms. Huggins, you're a disgrace to your office.
Okay, thank you.
Like, can you mute him? Yeah,
Okay,
Janie.
I have never heard spoken to that man.
Oh.
Apologies for that.
okay, I think we were at comment from the board. Are there any board members that want to make a comment? No, I would like to make a comment. I would like to maybe put it on the record that I would love to see as much as Executive Director McDonald has already like just improved these schools of ours, I want to continue down that road. I want to make sure that, you know, we're having a big presence in there. I want to make sure that our students are getting the best of us and all the resources. And to do that, we need to make sure that our schools are on their toes with it, whether it's their social media accounts, which, social media accounts, or even just order of operations like we experienced this morning. We really want to make sure that we're able to serve our licensees and our future licensees in a way that is just very high quality. And I think to do that starts in the school. So I just want to make sure to reiterate that during public comment today.
I just want to add to that. I think with the social media, it comes from one school, it seems like, and that's Euphoria. I don't see it coming from any other school. It seems like we got this from the Euphoria Institute, so.
Awesome. Any other public comments from our board members? Otherwise, we can go eat dinner with our families. Nighttime. It's nighttime, you guys. All right, I would like to adjourn the meeting. The time is 4:27 PM on January 22nd, 2024. Great meeting, you guys. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Drive safely.